Ladies and gentlemen, I have already said it. You are a liar to me.
Bullshit. Well then, you are both scratched from the slate. Tonight is dedicated to a policy of imbibe and conquer. This is the first night on the Canadian leg of the theatre circuit, and I'm here to have my pick of the kick-line candy. Well, tell me, how is it that you know of me?
Oh, everybody in the afterlife's heard of the famous Ambrose Small. You owned a chain of opera houses all across Canada, including that grand building right over there. And there's one other thing you're famous for. Disappearing right off the face of the bleeding earth.
I haven't disappeared. I'm right here in front of you. Refrain from your incessant gibbering while I pontificate on the meaning of this. Perhaps if I retrace my steps. On the morning of December 2nd, 1919, I sold my theatrical holdings in their entirety, deposited a check for $1 million in the Dominion Bank of Toronto, and lunched with my lawyer, Mr. Flock, and my wife, Teresa, at the King Edward Hotel, at which time I promised the old girl a pearl necklace, a silver fox stole, and a sealskin coat trimmed with chinchilla.
Ambrose, you'll buy those furry animals for me too? Or I run off with him. I have already put the thickness of love in his chest.
Do be quiet and drink your vodka. I'm in the midst of a dramatic reenactment. How I do miss Teresa. She had the misfortune of being far more pious than I. I wonder how her silly basement shrine and her hungry scavenger priests are holding up. I made those white-collar lampreys come in the servants' entrance so as not to offend my neighbors. That day, I told her I would be home for dinner promptly at 6. I met with Flock until 5:30. I remember telling him I would take the streetcar home. The first snow had fallen, and I hadn't put the chains on my tires yet. I remember watching each flake float peacefully down, and then, well, pardon me if I don't want to relive that nightmare. Pray that something that bad never happens to you.
I was hung by the neck until dead.
As was I. As opposed to hung by the neck until you were sorry.
You can do that.
The afterlife isn't so bad, really, except there's no stability to it. I keep popping up in the strangest of places. In Mexico, spinning away a fortune on the roulette wheels, the Rosedale Ravine under several feet of dirt.
I heard that stinking fumes were reported coming out of the Grand's furnace room the night you went missing. And a fruit vendor reported seeing someone dragging something heavy down that alleyway.
That year's playbill was enough to account for the stinking fumes. A theater is a busy place before midnight. There's little opportunity to conceal a cadaver. You should see the piffle they put on in there these days. I stand up at the lighting grid and watch sometimes when I'm not preoccupied with my periodic inspections of the ladies' dressing room.
You talk like a dirty boy. You are not a man. I will break your heart for another. Cheesemaker, I'm coming home with you. Be sure to wake me up for meals.
Come this way. You got a cheating streak, Andy Small. And your wife, Teresa. I feel sorry for her, mind you. She knew all about your weakness for chorus girls, American girls, English girls, Russian girls, all far away from home and looking for some big spender to treat them kindly for a while. Well, your wife took a good long while to report you missing once he was gone, considering you said you'd be home for dinner sharp at 6. And she threw away all your clothes, all your pipes, all your photographs. She was a grieving widow like I was a grieving widow. And I weren't no grieving widow.
Teresa did have a wealth of anger towards me.
Maybe his wife killed him. I will kill him too.
Just leave me out of this. I've had enough of that, thank you.
So what did happen to you, Amby Small? Surely you're not going to leave us all in suspense.
Difficult to describe, really. A voice, a hand gripping my shoulder, something over my head that took away the light. Several days of darkness, and then a moment's pain. All of my worldly goods couldn't stop those blackguards from dispatching me. But I did not beg, nor cower, nor did I do anything undignified in the least. As 53 years of unchecked success came to a most bleak finale. I know I wasn't what you could call a beloved person. I had to arrange the furniture in each one of my offices so that a potential shooter couldn't get a bead on me from the doorway. Many times I heard the ominous words, Ambrose Small, somebody will get you someday. And one day, words became action, and somebody got me.
So now you're just biding your time here with your strumpet, soaking your sorrows in gin?
Watch your road, Red. Watch. You don't get caught!
There's always room for more in the small boudoir. You see, we have some rare pretty birds here. Hello, my pretty daffodil. How would you like to come upstairs for a private audition in my hats? I can give you a taste of opulent living. Just give me a few minutes to unload the Tsarina here. No. Well.
No.
No, my dear.
Hey! I won't have you putting your lewd mitts on any of my charges, even the willing ones.